from our right, the rider's left. Keep an eye on it. Here it is, Moto 2 on speed. Bumping and banging they are through the first turn. Andrew Short with the hole shot. Short able to muscle past Tyler Bowers, get that hole shot to the Dunlop starting grid at the top of the screen. Pick your favorite rider out and follow the progress throughout the race. Looks like Reed and Byrne up to second and third with Andrew Short in the lead. There's Bowers on the Honda in fourth. Bumping elbows now with Matt Gerke on the blue bike. And Tedesco's back. He crashed out of Moto 1. Ivan Tedesco with a top 10 start here. He was actually down in practice, had another hard fall in the first moto. Let's see if he can rebound. We talked about how this track, the tough guys win here. We're going to see just how tough Ivan Tedesco is here in his second moto. See how tough Andrew Short is as well. That's Tedesco's teammate leading the way in the Honda. Here comes the Suzuki's of Reed and Byrne. And Gerke has now gotten around Tyler Bowers, so Gerke up to fourth. He was blazing fast in our first moto earlier today. Gerke was a privateer. Yamaha's star rider Josh Hill was injured, so they called Gerke and said, hey, you want to ride a factory bike? Gerke said, uh-huh. And he has been going very fast on that bike. He's had a tough time keeping it on two wheels at times, but when he is upright, he has been as fast as anyone, and he is again as he pressures Byrne for third. Here comes Reed pressuring Short for first. Wow, did you see Short? He came out of that left-hander, and his left hand came off the bars. The right hand, of course, where the throttle is, you never let go of that one. You just keep it pinned, but Short's had to work through some issues, some illnesses, and he actually had two illnesses that kind of compounded each other and was keeping the other from being able to heal properly. So really tough to, rehab from those illnesses while you're trying to train and go through the rigors of what, AMA Motocross dishes out each and every Saturday. Especially on this track, Jeff. Talk to the folks at home about how rough a sand track is. Well, in the first moto, the track wasn't actually bumpy rough. It was difficult because of the ruts, but now we're seeing in the final moto of the day where the track not only is rutted and chewed up, and it's really squirrely. See the bike twitching back and forth, but now, the up and down bumps are really starting to set in. But what is good about the track, in one way to look at it, is that in the first moto, it was a little bit one line. Now the track definitely has got a couple of lines in the turns where there's an inside and an outside that you can use. Well, that may pay off for Reed. He's got to find some running room to try to get around Short. And there's a difference. Reed able to go on the inside in that sweeper. Short went to the outside. Same thing here. Byrne on the inside. And Gerke fading a little bit wider. So there are places to pass here in Moto 2. Gerke all over Byrne, trying to get into a podium position to third. Behind them is Tedesco, then Bowers, Millsaps. John Dowd is back. He is in eighth in a one-off appearance. Jake Moss, who was second in Moto 1, is ninth. And Weston Pike, a privateer and a rookie, is 10th. Gerke is not letting Michael Byrne go. Well, when I had a chance to speak with Michael Byrne in between motos, he says, look, I really conserved energy that whole moto. Uh-oh, there they're getting close. Byrne shuts the door. But he was saying how he felt comfortable the whole moto, ended up with the third in that one. But let's see if his conservation of his energy and his resources from the first moto can play out, because the second moto, by the end of this race, these guys are going to be tired. Short now under extreme pressure from Reed, although on this sandy racetrack, that's not so good actually for Reed. Yes, he can maybe force Short into a mistake, but he's going to be eating a lot of sand and roost. So he's going to try to make the pass as quickly as possible, and he does. Gets the inside, and Short immediately pulls a roll-off off his goggles. Short has clear vision, but he no longer has the lead. Well, in this situation right now, Chad Reed, I mean, Short's going to get it back on the inside. Short, he's sticking in that rut. Handful of throttle on the factory Honda. Short gets Reed back. Impressive fight from Short. Maybe took Reed by surprise there a little bit. Either way, he's back into the #1 spot, and Reed's going to have to eat more sand. Now Reed back to the inside. He blasts that inside turn and takes it. See how the lines are starting to shape up. In the first moto, that inside line was so wet and deep that you cannot use that line. See Short now pulling tear-offs. And also using a different line on the inside. You called it, Jeff. You figured there'd be more room to pass, and there has been. Short's got to try to stick with him, although the health is the issue. On a rough racetrack like this, we'll see how strong Short can be. It has been a problem for him pretty much all summer long. Not because the guy doesn't train hard or want it bad, but Reed just put in the fastest lap time of the race. That means Short is really going to have to find something extra. Well, and what's interesting is that both riders have had health issues this summer that they've had to work through.
quite a testament to their support system, whether it be the wife, the trainer, the doctors, everyone that's involved in this, and the guidance from your team manager, your agent, all of those resources you use. And I mean, it's not just like you're out there on your own. I mean, there's a handful, upwards of a dozen people that are going to help advise you and help you win these races.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Short wants it badly, but there's so many little elements to the program that have to work. Matt Gerke has got around Byrne for third, and Byrne is under pressure from Tedesco. Tedesco on the red light, Byrne on the yellow. Here we go into this pit, and they're going to jump their way out, hang a right-hand turn. Be interesting to see what kind of damage Gerke can do. Oh, mistake by Byrne. Here comes Tedesco.
Ivan pulls his hair off. Oh, too soon. Byrne holds on to it. He just stuffed it in that rut. That's one of those things where right now the track's really starting to get chewed up. From the looks of it, that line just let outside. The burner just buried it. Ivan almost got by. You can see how different the lines are here. The second moto from what they were in the first moto highlights.
Well, that's at least a relief. If you're following someone, at least you can get out of the way of all that sand.
Well, and this is one of those days where the suspension technician, the engine technician on the team really play an integral part. And we heard Michael Byrne talk about the changes that he made just to get ready for this moto. All
right, battles all over this racetrack, and we're going to follow it right here on Speed. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. The Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship. They call it Moto X 338 because it's VFW Post 338 here in Southwick, Massachusetts. Chad Reed leading the way. He's already wrapped up the championship in the series. We were wondering how that would affect his racing today. Did he not have the same level of motivation as the rest of the field? Or would the momentum of winning that title help him? It appears to be the latter because Reed won Moto 1 and he's out front in Moto 2.
Well, that's what it's like when you're dialed in. Let's take a look at the start. Watch on the right of your screen here. See the bar banging going on. Dowd was in there. Reed gets shut off short. Actually, the first one across. See, he hugs the tight line. That's your progressive hole shot.
So Short had the lead, but then Reed was able to pressure him and get around him. Short got back into the lead. Reed passed Short, and now he's got a gap of about 4 seconds over the Honda man. The real question, I'd say, it's already been answered. I was going to say, could Gerke get to Short? He already did. So Gerke is up to second. Young kid out of Florida has a 4-race deal with Yamaha to just run out the string at the end of the season, and he is motivated. Crashed in Moto 1, came back, still finished 6th. Now he's in second in Moto 2. And I'll tell you what, if there's one guy out here that does not care about Chad Reed having the championship, having the lead, having the overall, it would be Gerke. He's just going to ride as fast as he can, as long as he can.
Well, there's no doubt about it. He's got a ride secured for next year, but what he's trying to achieve here is to really catch notice of what's going on. And as we take a look at John Dowd here.
Dowd on the right side of the screen makes a mistake. He is battling with Tyler Bowers for the number 6 spot. Dowd, 44 years old, and continues to get it done out here. This is the only race he competes in on the tour. It's his home race nowadays. Dowd was a 125 Supercross champ back in the 90s. He used to battle you back in those days, and he's still going pretty darn fast.
Oh, and he has a massive fan base here at Southwick. I mean, he's just a living legend out there on the track, and you see him ride some different lines than other riders. Look at him staying up high. He knows that you can stay out of those bumps and ride these different lines where some of the other riders who don't ride here as much as him, they just stick to that one line. You see Dowd really riding some different lines. It's Bowers just in front of him right now. And I mean, Dowd, he got his first factory ride when he was 29 years old.
Yeah, they said you're too old then. Yeah. Now 15 years later, he's still going at it. So the question is, the guy's pretty much retired. He helps me out in the Arena Cross shows. Why did he come back to race here at Southwick?
Well, Jeff and I, we had a lot of fun races back then. I talked to him this morning and last couple weeks ago there at Unadilla, and we had some really good races there. Just a lot of good memories. It was a lot of fun racing with Jeff. It was always good, clean racing, and we were friends off the track. And now we're both. We both have families, and we can talk about the kids and this and that too, but I'm sure he's probably not missing this muddy rain nastiness that we're going to have today.
Are you?
I'm more than comfortable in my broadcasting seat with my headphones on. Right? If I was in Chad Reed's condition right now, I would love being out there. Sure. Another big bonus coming your way, dialed in, just really got the momentum. you know, he's trying to get ready for the Motocross of Nations. That's going to be a big event for the Australians this year. But